Fools have asked, why did the Dark Age of technology end in the fall of humanity? And other fools would answer back, folly, or pride, or worship of progress, as if these things alone had any meaning. The answer, as the wise know, is simple. It is because finally humanity had the arts at their disposal to make their dreams reality. And the dreams of humanity have ever been the darkest things in all creation.
I watched from the shadows as mankind grew, waiting, influencing, and sometimes scaring small children.
Hello everyone, NK here, and today we are going over the 4 events that has led up to the Horus Heresy. The Dark Age of Technology, the Age of Strife, the Unification Wars, and the Great Crusade. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't made a proper lore video in a long while, it's because I was lazy. Anyways, let's move on forward. The Dark Age of Technology was a time where humanity was at its peak, from the 15,000th millennium to the 25,000th millennium. Humanity controlled half the galaxy, had peaceful interactions with aliens, and utilized hyper advanced technology. They created something called the STC network, a system that holds every STC in existence. Humanity had used robots, nanomachines, AI, space-time eating mechanical worms, and even a gun that completely erases someone from existence, even erasing people's memories of said target. Everything was going well for humanity until the Men of Iron rose up and wanted to wipe out all of humanity. It's unknown as to how this happened, but it was devastating. Nanomachines eating entire worlds, stars exploding, the STC network being partially damaged and corrupted. It took the combined efforts of humanity, the Eldar, and several other Xenos races to take down the Men of Iron. Afterwards, humanity's progress started to take a turn for the worse due to 3 things. 1. The STC network suffering damage due to the Men of Iron conflict. 2. The increase of warp storms due to Slanesh slowly being born thanks to the Eldar's increasing degeneracy. And 3. The appearance of magical humans known as Psychers. Humanity's empire lost communications and safe passage throughout the stars, which caused its fracturing. This marked the beginning of the Age of Strife. The Age of Strife was the worst period in human history. All human worlds were unable to communicate with or travel between each other. The human empire broke apart, and with the appearance of Psychers, worlds started falling to demonic invasion as said Psychers would become possessed.
First it seemed fine. A lot of people's initial reaction was, hey, wizards are real. Neat. But then bam, demons all across the planet. Good fucking job.
Some worlds started culling their Psyker population and managed to survive, while some managed to find a way to prevent demonic possessions and kept their Psychers. This is what caused humanity's revulsion towards Psychers, and as for Xenos, well, when the old empire fell, many hostile Xenos races took advantage of the situation and wasted no time attacking, raiding, killing, enslaving, sacrificing, and even eating human worlds. Considering that this has been going on for centuries, if not millennia, it's no wonder why xenophobia is so rampant in the modern-day Imperium. Unfortunately, Terra was no exception to the Age of Strife. Most of the planet's wildlife went extinct, the planet's oceans disappeared, somehow. This would be the state of the planet until one man in gold rose up with an army of super warriors set out to conquer these states and reunify Terra. This was the beginning of the Unification Wars. The Unification Wars was the Emperor's war to reunite Terra. He created his army, the predecessors to the Astartes, the Thunder Warriors. They were more physically capable compared to their future replacements. The mental capacity, however, left a lot to be desired. From there, the Emperor would use brute force, or in some cases, words, to unify the nation-states of the world. As the wars were reaching their end, the Emperor began construction of his new super soldier army, the Astartes, as well as the Primarch Project. The Primarchs were meant to lead each Astartes legion, however, the Emperor's closest ally and the quote-unquote mother of the Primarchs, Erda, launched them into the warp to prevent this. Mother of the Year, everyone! You don't want your kids to go into the military, so you throw them into the gates of hell. Anyways, after the final battle at Mount Ararat, while the Thunder Warriors were celebrating, they didn't notice the Emperor's Custodes and the Astartes of the First Legion surrounding them, and they opened fire, killing most of the Thunder Warriors. But some would escape and go into hiding. Later on, the Emperor would head to Mars and gain the aid and alliance of the Mechanicum by repairing an important piece of machinery just by touching it. The Mechanicum would build stuff for the Imperium, and in return, they would be allowed to keep their religion. This was a big deal considering that the Emperor had outlawed religion within the Imperium. The Emperor was also a big fan of irony, so every day he must be laughing his ass off. Anyways, after his ships were built, he set off across the stars. And this was the beginning of the Great Crusade. The Great Crusade would begin with the conquering of the rest of the Sol system. And from then on, they would reconnect with human worlds and gave them an option. Either join the Imperium or have their teeth kicked in. They would also encounter and exterminate a lot of hostile Xenos races, like the Crave or the Rangdang. Along the way, the Emperor found his Primarch's sons. However, two of the Primarchs died and had all the records of them and their legions erased from Imperial records, the other Primarchs vowing to never speak of their lost brothers. Centuries later, the Imperium would encounter a massive Orc empire and battle these Orcs all the way back to the world of Ulanor. The Emperor himself arrived with the Custodes and aided the Imperial forces. After the battle, all the Primarchs and their legions gathered as the Emperor made an announcement. He would be returning to Terra, and he would give Horus Lupercal, the 16th Primarch and his favorite son, the title of War Master. He would lead the crusade, and his word would be treated as if they came from the Emperor himself. The Emperor would head back to Terra to continue working on something called the Webway Project, a project that would end humanity's reliance on the warp and start killing the Chaos Gods. However, the Chaos Gods had something up their sleeves. And all of it involves the War Master. But we're going to have to talk about that next time. Anyways, I've been NK. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.